David, you've got a couple of chances on Wednesday night's card with a couple of really likeable horses. Let's start with Red Majesty, because he's a real fan favourite, and he so nearly pulled it off last time.
Yeah, he did. He's back in Class 4, and his last win, I think he was off a benchmark 70, so the class isn't a problem. Maybe the barrier. He generally these days runs better races when he draws in, so he'll be rolling forward and hopefully not doing too much work, and if that's the case, he'll be hard to beat.
You probably don't want reminding you and the owners, but I think it was October 2022 he last won, as you say, off 70. But that said, in that time, he has run some really good races, and obviously it's never going to be easy for an older horse going up in the weights, is it really?
Yeah, look, he went from 24 to the 80s, and he's won 8 or 9 races, so he's been a great horse for connections, and there's more in him. And with this little bit of rain about, that won't hurt his chances either.
Is he just the type of horse now as he gets older that he probably just likes a little bit of cushion out of the ground? Is that what it is?
He always has liked a bit. That's why he's a valley horse. His record at Chartin is appalling. It's a bit firmer here. But when he gets to the valley and draws a barrier, you can be confident he'll run a good race in this class every time. We just need a bit of luck from the gate.
Indeed. I mean, you sound as if you are quite confident at the moment. At the age of 7, he clearly showing no signs of slowing down, this old boy.
No, he's in absolute peak form. Thriving when he'll be the pick of the yard and hard to beat.
David, strongest boy, I imagine you were quite a relieved trainer when he finally got his head in front, because he's had a few near misses, but good to see him get that win last time.
It really was. He drew a mid-barrier that time, and it's pleased to see he's drawn barrier 1 this time. He's been a very consistent horse who's drawn a lot of bad barriers and had to get back too far. I think Zach will probably sit 5th or 6th, need a bit of luck coming through, but he'll love being inside horses and not being dragged back to last.
Yeah, it's a salient point you make. I mean, the best barrier he's had in his last 5 prior to this run was gate 6, so he really has done it tough, hasn't he?
Yeah, we danced when he got 6, because he's normally out in 10 and 12.
He's up to 17 starts now. He's got that win. Did you think there's still a bit more to come from him?
I definitely think so, because he's very consistent. Like, he's run a lot of placings. He's not 17 with duck eggs. He's 17 with lots of seconds, thirds and fourths.
To tell you, lots of wins with you and the jockey. 25% you and Zach. I mean, and that's probably not a big surprise to many, but decent strike rate going this season. Yeah,
it's been solid. He normally rides my more favoured horses, so let's hope he can get to 30.
Angus, Chung, you've got some nice rides coming up on Wednesday night, and probably the nicest one is LOVERO. He's really turned his form around since he's come to Happy Valley.
Yeah, his body, his fitness is a top right now. He was a bit fat at the beginning, but I see his the body shape. He getting skinnier and muscle getting stronger. So and I tried him in Chung. He was so impressive for me, to be honest. I asked him to go. He just listened to me, wait for me to ask him to go. So I think he's in the top form.
Talking of that recent form, Angus, there was a great 3-way photograph, all trained by your boss, Tony Cruz. Sadly, this horse had to finish 2nd, but the form's looking good.
Yeah, last start, 3 horses in the finish is quite memorable for me. Yeah, he's in top form. I think this race, the problem probably just the barrier, barrier 12. I might need to use a bit more to get him in front. If I have luck, I get a rail would be good, because 3 starts, I got a rail, it's in the boss seat, he ran very well. Hopefully I can get a bit luck to get a good position.
There is a bit of speed in the race, Angus. I mean, does that help you from a wide gate to get that position? I mean, there obviously will be a number of horses that want to go forward. Does that help you in any way?
100%. If don't have horses, the field is just like tight and I couldn't go anywhere. But if they're going quick, the field is going spread up, and it's helped me to get in the position. So hopefully that happened for me on Wednesday.
Yeah, he just continues to race well around here. Talking of racing well, there was a double for you at the most recent meeting at Chartin. You've got to 32 winners now, so that's one better than last year. You must be pleased with the way things are going.
Yeah, I'm appreciate my boss and all the owners and all the connection support me this season. Try my best to pay for them. I just want to win the races, and I'm trying to get my apprenticeship done this year. yeah, it's 7 winners more to go. Hopefully I can get more in the future.
Excellent stuff. And just from a sort of, I guess, a personal point of view, you work in the stable of Tony Cruz, of course. Nice to get I'm a Single Man, get his head back in front, because it had been a little while, but he's a good horse these days, isn't he?
Look, I think this horse got a very good ability. He won the Class 2 last season. He just struggled a little bit. So, you know, Tony is a very good horsemanship. He has very good horsemanship. He knows what the horse needs. So he said trying to put the hood off. I think that's the point. He coming back and he win the races on Sunday. On Saturday. You know, when we put off the hood, we trials him in Chung. It's quite impressed because he's sort of a bit lazy horse. Yeah. He doesn't really concentrate, but when he hear the sound, he just, you know, come back in. And I never think about he can quicker than Super Fortune in the race. I was pulling, and he just, you know, feel fresh, feel interest for the race. I want he win the Class 2 again. You know, he got a lot of ability.
Yeah, that would be nice. And just finally, actually, going back to your season, you mentioned you've got 7 to go before your claim is reduced. Do you set yourself targets? Have you got a target for this year?
No, I don't at the beginning. But since everything going right, everything going good, yeah, hopefully I can finish like just finish apprenticeship, and I want to get a Tony Cruz award.
Lyle, Golden Empire is a horse that you know well. You're back at the races this Wednesday night, of course, and today's a horse you've got some previous form on. You must be looking forward to getting on his back again.
Yeah, we're just looking at the program and just asked Francis if he would consider running the horse here. And while he's in good form, we thought we'd take the chance. So happy to be aboard him, and he's a nice, uncomplicated ride that I look forward to my first meeting back.
You managed to get the win a couple of starts ago. Obviously, he has gone up in the weights. He's a horse, Lyle, who's always just struggled sort of when he gets sort of above 70. Do you think there is a bit to come from him still? I mean, he did back up the win with a nice effort when obviously you weren't on board.
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously his win was very convincing, but with that said, he had everything and more go his way. It was absolutely perfect, but then it was nice to see him run a good race again after that. So he's obviously gained some confidence and maintained a good level of form, but like you say, the form doesn't lie. He's just battling to win off a mark that he's around now. When he gets lower 60s, he's very competitive. But nonetheless, I think it's a race where he'll be one of the leading lights again, and I just hope he can maintain that form.
Have you had a chance to sit on him? I think you have galloped him, haven't you?
Yes. No, look, he's doing well. He doesn't show too much in the morning. He's quite a laid-back track horse, but yeah, that's just the way he is, and he knows when it's game day.
As for you, Lyle, obviously you've had a couple of meetings on the sidelines. The 25th of February was when we last saw you. Obviously you've had that enforced break. You must be really eager to get back in what's a busy week.
Yeah, for sure. We bowed out a winner that day, and hopefully we can come back 1-2. But yeah, nice to get this meeting under the belt before going to the big weekend ahead as well. So very much looking forward to this week.
As far from your horse in the Derby, Speed Dragon, how do you assess his chance? Obviously, it's not an easy race by any stretch, but you're happy with him going into it?
Yeah, the thing is the top quality horse in the race do have question marks over the trip and whether they'll settle. So Speed Dragon is a horse that I know will get the trip, and he's uncomplicated and very, very genuine horse. So I put a line through his last run, and his classic mile run was excellent. And this morning he galloped beautifully, so all systems go.